So crazy story about Benjamin Franklin. There was once a time where he had an enemy, a big enemy. They're going back and forth, and eventually he figures out a way to get closer to him. He says, you know what, maybe I'm going to ask him for help. I'm going to ask him to borrow one of his books. He borrows the book. The enemy lends him the book. He puts the book in his office, never reads the book. A week later, he gives it back to the enemy. He says, thank you so much for lending me the book. All of a sudden, him and the enemy became best of friends. How does this happen? Because he had the guts to ask somebody for help. So today we're going to talk about 12 reasons why maybe you don't ask for help, 7 ways to ask for help, and 7 benefits if you actually ask for help. Okay, so if this is a topic you're excited about, I want you to give me a thumbs up as well as subscribe to the channel and stay tuned till the end. I'm going to give you a PDF on today's topic. So let's get right into it. Number 1 reason why we don't ask for help is because it shows weakness. You feel like if I ask this person for help, why would I ask for help? I'm strong. I don't need your help. I can do it on my own. Why would I ask you a question like this? Because we're worried because we're going to seem weak. Number 2, perfectionists. Perfectionists have a hard time asking for help because they don't think anybody can do the job as good as they can. So they have a very hard time having people around them that help them because like, let me just do it myself. You know what? I'm just going to do this on my own. You guys can't figure this stuff out. I'm going to do it on my own. That's a perfectionist, right? And if you have that personality, you're going to build a very small team because no one around you is going to be eventually learning how to do their job because you keep doing everyone's job yourself. Number 3, you're afraid because if you ask and you say, hey, John, I need your help in this one area. I needed a referral for this person. Do you know of anybody? Yeah, I can't really help you in that area. The idea of the other person saying no to you scares you so much because you're so afraid of rejection. So what do? You don't even ask for help. So fear of rejection is one of the reasons why we don't ask for help. Number 4, shame. What if the other person questions your expertise? Like, wait a minute, I thought this person knew what they were doing. They don't know what they're doing. Why are they asking? In your mind, they're thinking that, so you're ashamed of saying, I don't want other people to think that I don't know what I'm doing. God forbid people find that I don't know it all. Then what do? It's a little bit of a mental game again we play. Number 5, don't like owing favors in return. If you ask somebody for help, that person may 6 months later have to ask you for help, and you don't want to be able to owe help back to the person. So you're like, you know what? I don't want to be in debt. So because of that, I'm not going to ask you for help because God forbid you ask me back for help. I have to say yes to you. Number 6 is don't want to be seen as needy. Sometimes people who ask for help, they're a little too needy. You need me? Am I needy? I don't want to be needy. I don't need you. I'm good. We don't want to be seen as needy. Number 7, don't feel you've earned the right to ask for help. I haven't yet earned the right to ask for help. By the way, this is actually a very noble reason when somebody doesn't feel they've earned the right to ask for help. And sometimes you may be right, where you haven't done enough, you haven't watered the relationship enough to ask for help. But many times, 9 out of 10 times, you've earned the right to ask for help. You can ask for it because worse than they're going to say to you is what? No. Number 8, feeling judged. The same thing as goes with shame. I don't want to be judged for asking for help. Number 9, you don't want to burden someone else. If I ask you for help, that means you got to take time out of your schedule to come and help me out. I don't know if I want to burden you with that kind of help. So it's kind of like, I don't want to make other people's life, or I'll do everything for you. What do you need help from me? But I don't want to put that burden on you. And that mindset limits how big of a thing you can build yourself business-wise. Number 10, bandwidth of contact is limited. You just may not have the right bandwidth. You may not have that many deep relationships. Yesterday on one of the elite masterminds I do on a monthly basis with different entrepreneurs around the world, one of the guys was asking about relationships and how does he get the right kind of employees. I said, the best employees, investors, salespeople, contacts, technology, engineers, the best I've ever gotten is by asking for referrals from people with very high level of credibility, because the level of credibility of a person that gives me a referral is typically the level of quality of the referral I get. So maybe your current bandwidth of contacts you have is not that strong and you need to increase it. And you may be right in that, so we got to improve the contacts you have. Number 11, don't know how to ask for help, which we'll talk about. And number 12, some prefer to help rather than to be helped. You like others. You like to go out there and help others because it makes you feel so needed and special, but you don't want others to feel the same way as you do. You just want to help others. God forbid you owe other people, you ask for other people for help. It's not going to happen for you. So again, it's a mental block some have to deal with. Next, 7 ways to ask for help. Number 1, be clear on what you need help with. Asking for general help, people don't know how to help. It's got to be specific. Here's what I'm looking for. Do you know anybody who ... Rather than, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think about this? Can you help me with this? It's general. I'm thinking about doing this. Here's the 5 things I need. Boom, 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 boom. Do you know anybody who can help me get this done? Yes, no, maybe, but at least you're going to be clear on what you're asking for. Number 2, 16 years ago, I'm asking the company I'm working for a lot of things. Can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do that? Can we do this? One of the CEOs who's running this multi-billion-dollar company pulls me aside and says, can I ask you, can I give you some counsel? I said, absolutely. What's that? He said, you ask for so many things that you want to see this company go to the next level. I got to tell you, I love all your ideas. You got a lot of great ideas. He said, but here's the problem. You're dealing with corporate. And sometimes when you're dealing with corporate, they don't like it when you give them 7 things that they need to work on and improve on. He says, what's the one thing? If in the next 6 months, you can only ask for one thing to help and improve them, what would it be? And I said, probably this. He says, then only ask for that and nothing else. But ask for that 20 times rather than asking for 20 things, right? So focus, one thing to help, ask for help rather than many different things. Number 3, give in advance. If any chance you get to help others, say, is there any way I can help you? Is there any way I can help you? Is there any way I can help you? Is there anything you need help with? Is there any context? Is there anything? Make that part of your repertoire. Constantly be asking people how you can help them, because in return, when you ask for help, they're going to be thinking and saying, well, this guy's helped me out as well. No problem. Let me go out of my way to help you. Number 4, give them an out to say no. So listen, I don't want you to be fully committed to having to say yes or no, but I need help with something here. If you can, great. If you can't, no problem. This gives me the ability to not feel pressured to have to say yes or no. And believe it or not, the fact that I'm not pressured to say yes or no, I want to do more for you, if that makes any sense. So say, listen, you may or may not be able to help me out in this area, but if you can, I will greatly appreciate it. Here's what it is. I need that. Do you know anybody? Actually, you know what? I do. Let me think about it. I'll get back to you, and then they'll get back to you. Number 5, thank them regardless of yes or no. So if they say, no, I can't help you, don't give them an attitude. Don't block them on Twitter. Don't block them on text. Just say, hey, all good, totally understand, appreciate you even offering. No, I figured you were going to be busy, but I wanted to ask you anyways. Thank you. Next one, when asking for help, it helps more if you're doing it in person rather than a text or a email or a DM. It's 34, research has shown 34 times more effective if you ask for help face-to-face instead of text, email, or DM. And last but not least over here, if somebody helps you, give credit. Tell the world about it. I am so glad I met Oscar through Bobby. Bobby, thank you, because now Bobby wants to introduce you to more people. I am so glad that I was able to raise money from such and such investment firm because Jack introduced me to them, or else I would have never met them. Thank you, Jack. The more you give credit to people that have helped you, the more people want to continue to help you. My content that I come up with is based on a lot of books, a lot of relationships, a lot of people I've worked with, a lot of mentors, a lot of advisors, a lot of investment, a lot of people I've worked with. And anybody, if there's any feeling people don't like, is if somebody helped you get to where you are today, you got to give them public credit, or else it's going to be like, why am I going to help you more often in your life? So that's that part. If somebody helps you, tell the world about it. Next one is 7 benefits for asking for help. Number 1, you will find solutions to your problems faster. You do it by yourself, it's going to take longer. So imagine how much is it worth you to fix this problem in 6 days versus 6 months? What is it worth you? Speed. Number 2, you got others to be vested into your problem being solved. It's like, hey, did we figure that part out? We did. Did we figure it out? Yeah, we finally were able to raise that money. We were finally able to hire that one person. We were finally able to get that office. Awesome, and I'm so happy for you. I'm glad I was able to help. So people are vested in helping your mission become a reality. Number 3, creates a stronger bond. Remember that whole Ben Franklin with his enemy, the book, Can You Help Me? Thank you for your help. Creates a stronger bond. Number 4, a sign of a big thinker. The bigger you think, the more help you need. You're comfortable asking other people for help. Number 5 is humility is healthy. Asking for help means you don't know it all. People like humble people. It's more attractive. It's also better for your mental health because you don't feel like you're all by yourself, because the last point is what? Loners carry heavy weight. When you ask for help, you are rarely alone because others want to come for the ride with you. So having said that, if you got value from today's episode, smash thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and text the word "ask for help" to 310-340-1132, 310-340-1132. You will get the PDF what we talked about in today's episode. And outside of that, if you enjoyed this video, I got another video for you to watch. It's titled 10 Questions Everyone Must Ask. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.